Welcome back. Joining me now with a mission to explore emotion in art are the founders of Culture Inc., Alexa and Idris Wajed. Thanks so much for coming in today, you two.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Let's start off by talking about Culture Inc. and what your mission is for local artists.
So Cultrue Inc. is about utilizing art as a tool for healing. So making it accessible for everyone and anyone to understand the benefits of creativity and art and how it impacts a person.
So with Cultrue, what new programming are you introducing to our area?
Oh, I think various. We're not limiting it to one particular art form. So talking about art classes. I won't even say art classes, art workshops, right? Where it's experiential in the sense of people that have maybe never used a paintbrush. There are people out there that still have not touched a paintbrush, 20 years old, 30 years old even, right? So the earlier that we can engage children into the practice, they become adults who then share that experience with their children. So that's just a big part of what we do in the arts, is just exposure early and then sustainability and continue to expose other people.
Yeah. Now, you recently received the Recast grant. Tell us how that's really going to help your organization.
So that is through the Office of Mental Health, the West New York Field Office, and it's a SAMHSA grant called Recast. And the goal is to extend our programming to the community as a whole, to ensure that art is being utilized. There's so many things that are going on in people's lives right now, whether it's trauma or grief or pain or loneliness, whatever it is. So any way that we can reach them, whether it's through the arts or through sports or through music or anything else like that, is so vital to the community and definitely to the youth. And what we are doing specifically with this Recast grant, we're focusing on emotions. And you would never think about it because emotions are something we really don't talk about.
Yes.
And we kind of push down. And it's something that really can impact us physically, emotionally, disease and things like that. So we have a program called Tune In, Take Note, which is about exploring all of the emotions. It's only a 9-month program, so we only get to talk about 9 emotions. However, it's about learning what they are, how to express them, how they make you feel, because feelings are not emotions, but then expressing them through music and art and journaling, and just kind of seeing what comes up through the conversation of tackling these things.
I love this. This is so important when we talk about emotional intelligence, and we're realizing so many people are missing those vital, normal skills that you would think are normal, but a lot of people are missing, like being able to connect what they're feeling and express them, and it affects their entire lives and relationships and how they present themselves to the world. So what you're doing is important. And I know that you host those monthly workshops, so tell us about what these are really focusing on.
So the emotions that we've tackled are, you can help me.
Anger, fear, joy, love,
trust, sadness,
what was
grief, maybe? And I know disgust is coming up.
Disgust is coming
on
up.
the
Grief needed 3 months of
oh my gosh.
on its own.
Yeah, and our facilitator is Tiffany Moore of More Wellbeings,
Okay.
and she's phenomenal. And the way that she opens up the space for everyone to feel welcome and vulnerable in the space. We were talking about sadness at one workshop, and just the emotions that came up, people that have had repressed sadness for the last 30 years, but it came out as anger and pain because of something else that triggered it.
Right. Yeah.
That's a real thing.
This is healing, and this is important. I love that we're talking about, we're seeing, young people doing this, but also older people doing it. At any point of your life, it's okay to check in and see where you're at and identify emotions that you're feeling and how they impact you as a human being on this earth. Because we are overstimulated on a daily basis, and the sensation that you do, is that what that's focusing on?
The sensation event is particularly a culmination of all the things, pretty much dealing around with the senses. So we're talking about auditory, so we're going to have music performances. We're talking about a sense of smell, so we're going to have fragrances or things of that nature that can, like lavender is supposed to be calming for you, things of that nature. What else is there? Oh, tactile, right? So there's going to be art making with fabric, and people might be able to make a piece of artwork that they can take with them. So we're just touching.
Food. Don't forget about the food.
Forgot about food. Taste and nutrition. So we're just basically hitting on all of the senses that we all, obviously have the capacity for. But we just want to culminate it into an event that's wide open to everybody to join in collectively and share those same experiences.
Yeah.
And how do you think events like these are really cultivating healing in our community?
In a large way, one is coming together, right? Because of social media, because of COVID, because of a lot of the things that have been happening in the world right now, there's a lot of distance that has been formed with individuals. Just simple communication, togetherness, just being in the presence of people with positive, vibrant energy is something that in itself can be so healing. And that's really the goal of our events. That's the goal of our space over the Tri-Main building. We want people to feel welcome, to be able to feel that they can let down their guard, put down their phone, and experience some really beautiful things.
And this is a different kind of intentional gathering, right? This isn't an athletic event,
Yes.
right? This isn't a festival. This isn't necessarily like a concert all out. So it's a different kind of, it isn't even an art exhibit, right? But it's an intentional gathering where all these things and elements are present, so it's just a different and new experience in that viewpoint, I suppose,
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see this and see more of what you're able to do and accomplish with this. Viewers, if you'd like more information on their workshops and art programs, you can visit cultruelife.org or connect with them on social media. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you so much, Chelsea.